Hi everyone, it's Veronica Bartolini with Codebreaker Real Talk, and I'm happy because today we have Alex Rubio for the second time, my friend, and my SSP sister, and then we have my co-host Chad Cooper and Celeste Chaparro. So thank you everyone for being on. And Alex, I was gonna have you come on last month, but you were on vacation on I think you went to, was it
Serbia.
Serbia?
Serbia. Yeah, former Yugoslavia. Yeah.
How was your vacation there?
It was amazing. I haven't been there in like 13 years, and finally, I booked the trip and I went there with my son, and it was amazing. Yeah, it was amazing to see like all of my family. Yeah, it
Your
was
mom
great.
too?
Yeah, everybody was there. My mom, my grandma, cousins, all the relatives. It
That's
was great. It was awesome.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I sent you the information on the what is it called? The Manhattan Project, the
Yeah.
Philadelphia Project, and the Phoenix Project. So
hmm
have you had any other memories that I think we were talking about perhaps being a pilot? Since
Yeah. Well, uh-huh. I do like I feel like I want to learn how to drive a helicopter. I even told that to my husband the other day. I said, "Oh my gosh, I have this urge to just like learn how to like operate a helicopter and then later on jets." And I oftentimes I do dream about like airplanes for some reason. I don't know why, but yeah, so
Alex,
sorry, I'm like
oh no, it's okay.
brain freeze. Yeah.
No, it's okay. I had sent you some information on some of the, I think it's the flora or fauna that they um that
hmm
they use um in, we'll say, the bloodlines. We were talking about the bloodlines the last time. Remember, I told you that
hmm
a lot of the children that are used are the special blood type that we talked about, and
hmm
you reacted and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm from there, and I'm like, yeah, it's crazy, like how certain
hmm
blood types. And then do you remember like how you were chosen for the secret space program or um
I was always drawn to super soldier super soldiers. Sorry, I'm like so nervous right now. But I was always watching James Rank, and I was always like, like drawn to his content. And then, of course, I met you, and I've been drawn to your content. So I just really resonate with that. Like, I don't know, I just, how I see myself as a spy. And that's what I want to do. And like, I still have a dream, and I still want to accomplish my dreams. I want to have a movie production company, and I want to be able to kind of like relive that. I mean, I'm kind of already living that in parallel reality. I don't know. It's like a weird thing, but I don't know how to explain that, but it's like I'm this like I don't know how to explain it, like a spy.
yeah,
That's
well,
how I feel. Like
sorry. when we
yeah.
Yeah,
when we first came,
that's interesting.
yeah, I told her that she
Yeah.
reminded me of the little girl that did the Inspector Gadget, the cartoon.
Yeah.
you know um
Yeah.
there was a being that was the claw there, very demanding,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
remind me of
Penny.
a spy. But
Yeah.
yes, go ahead, Chad. Thank you.
Can you hear me though? I don't think my mic is working.
Yes,
You
loud
can
and
hear me, yeah, but my mic's
Yeah.
not working. So okay, it's interesting because I feel like what you're saying. I mean, you get these. I feel like there's parts of me that
Mm,
I've tuned into, and I've seen through their eyes a few times. Okay, so so it is me because I can feel it, but it's not me. It's like
yeah.
well, it is me, but it doesn't have this ego, I guess, or the
Mm,
thing that made me who I am. But they have theirs, and then there's this bleed through. So there's this common interest. Like I was obsessed with bionics at one point in my life.
mm,
as a little kid, a few generations before you. And then I was obsessed with, on down the line. But that sounds kind of cool, because I write things into plays and I try to express myself that way. It sounds like you want to Hollywood and create what you feel is behind, instead of going out and being a spy and going out and joining the
oh my gosh,
the things that the other parts of you are doing. It's like, okay, this could be my expression of everything inside me. Yeah,
that's exactly how I feel. Exactly, like to the point. And yeah, that's how I want to be able to express myself. And like I see myself as Mila Jovovich, Resident Evil.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, yeah, it's like that's how I see myself as. Like, I don't know, it's just, it's weird, but yeah. And that's what I actually want to bring out to the world,
So the thing of Hollywood though is I always have this analogy. It's a castle with a moat and a dragon, and you got to like get past the drawbridge to get into the, it's impossible. You got to sell your soul to do that. So like I'm struggling with this platform. I'm trying to get started because I want it to be all right, but people don't want that anymore. They just want you on here and doing it. And so, and I was talking to Fire Horse yesterday, and was explaining, like Tom Althouse is working towards getting platforms built for us, as soon as he wins his lawsuits and stuff. And he was taken advantage of by Hollywood, so he wants to help others out that are in pursuit. But he just started putting his plays out in small venues and just for the actors. And I'm like, yeah, I guess it could be that simple. It really can be. Maybe we don't need Hollywood, but
no, we don't need Hollywood at all. No, we're our own creators.
Yeah,
we don't need them.
Camera equipment they have now and the editing. I mean, geez, a lot.
We can do everything ourselves, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, we don't need them.
Do you have like screenplays in your head or anything of like what goes on behind the scenes, or is that something you create?
I have like, I still haven't started writing yet, but I do have like vision of what I actually want. And of course I've had like dreams, like crazy dreams. So I just want to, incorporate that also into the screenplay. Yeah. So, and also like based on my life, for sure. And starting my own movie production company, because that's my dream as a creator. And I just want to express myself through arts, through acting, it's just my dream. And I think that will help the world,
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because I feel like, we're all just sitting here idle, and we're waiting for Hollywood to collapse.
Yeah. We have to change Hollywood.
I hope we do.
Yeah,
and I hope
we will.
And Tom is working on that too. Like he said, there is ways to discuss with these demons, like Disney, different places. He said they do hear you sometimes when you try and explain it to them, but he's taking the much higher road than what I would like to take. I just want them gone, and I want that frontier, that new platform that's there, but just waiting for us, because they're taking all the occupancy right now. And
I just feel that we have to do it ourselves. We have to kind of get rid of the Hollywood mentality.
Yeah.
Dogs are going wild.
And again, going for perfection, because that's what stops me. So like, if we don't mind it being a little raw, then it's best to just get it going.
Yeah. It's so funny because my husband, he worked for, yesterday he was on a show. I don't remember exactly what show, but he was working for Disney. He was like one of the background actors.
Very nice.
Extra?
Yeah. It's like, it's extra. He's also an actor.
Chad, go ahead and take
artist.
over and see me because these puppies are going wild. Sorry. I'll be back.
Yeah, I mean, I would imagine as an actor, it's a different experience going onto the set. But as a writer and stuff, I don't want to hand my stuff over to these companies. They just do too much
Yeah.
to grab control of. Even the
Yeah.
copyright, how do you feel about that? I mean, I want to put like together a website, and I thought about it. I thought, well, why can't I advertise for people to audition for my music, or my songs? And I thought, well, I would love to like put together something so that I can have people auditioning or just putting themselves out on another platform to say, here's my audition tape, or here's my, a little something about myself, portfolio.
Yeah.
But then I'm nervous because how do you protect them from the predators and everybody else that's out there? You have to it's hard to be a company, protect them and do all that kind of stuff unless they're liable. But I thought, well, I could advertise for my own songs or do something like that. But
you should definitely do that for sure.
then how do you do it without copywriting it? And then does that get
I don't know.
Don't copyright it, and if you copyright it, is that considered giving it over to the it's just a tricky thing.
I mean, I have I have to get into that more, the copyright thing, but
me too.
I mean, if you have like a feeling, you have to like act upon it. Like if you have like it's a feeling, and when you feel like, yeah, this is right, I gotta do this, then you just do it no matter what. You will find a way.
And that's
how I feel.
Because it's like you don't own it, and it's almost like you're putting it out there. And I get that.
Yeah.
I think as artists, we might be facing like, hey, I truly can write, or I truly am meant to do it. Like, so why do I need to make money from it? I should just be doing it just to do it, and maybe that's what it's going to take to get things out anymore. Because hold on to it, waiting like, how am I going to make money from this? Then I don't think there is a way for us to right now, really, with Hollywood in the picture. So much, unless we get it copyrighted and go through those proper things. But it'd be all right to do it without the copyright and just say, okay, here it is, and anybody can use it or whatever, as long as I'm putting it out. In the beginning.
Yeah. Oh, I see. Because they can steal it.
Yeah, they can steal it, and they can profit off of it unless
exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Don't want to. So it's like, what do you
I
do
know
with
that sucks. Yeah, I know. You're right. Yeah.
Our platform and put it all on there, but then I need to copyright it. So
it's like what they do with our memories. Like you go and you speak in March to the Super Soldier conference, and then they infiltrate you as soon as they vet you out and see that you're legit, and then they start writing these books about you using your words, using your experience. But then they're the big wigs, they get to write all these books. Happened with Corey Good. Like he took over, he was CIA asset and used David Wilcock to get ahead. And I really don't want to say anymore about the names because I'm so tired of all this. But if we sit and wait to put our context, like for example, your dreams are only your dreams, Alex. Yours, Chad, yours, Celeste. So our experiences are unique, and if we just wait, I mean, what if it doesn't happen? So it's like maybe.
Yeah, I don't think we cannot wait any longer. We have to react right now. There's no waiting anymore. It's done. That's all done. We have to do it right now. Because if we procrastinate and we think about, oh, but what if that, but what if this, then you will draw that into you. Don't focus on that, focus on that. You know what? I got this. We're gonna do this together. We have to change this. That's how I feel.
Yeah, we've already been through this. I feel we've already won the war, like they say, but it's just that we're just going through it. And like when I first started the YouTube channel, I kept saying, oh my gosh, I have to start something. This was in December of 2018. And my friend said, just do it, like the logo. It's like, you just gotta just go.
Just do it, yeah.
Yeah, and then
you told me to do as well, Veronica, like 3 times. You've been very kind. You've already said, Chad, all I did was just start putting videos on. You don't need the platform.
And then you don't need a platform. Yeah.
You don't need all that stuff. I'm like, you don't need.
I started on my bed. My sister gave me this little table. I don't even have an office. I found this chair at the Goodwill. Come on, I started making my videos on my bed because I didn't have furniture, not even a table or chairs. So we got to start somehow, and it's all about your heart, your desire,
Yeah.
you know, like the whole Cesar Chavez thing, sí se puede, you know, yes, you can. You just got to go, take one step. And even if
Yeah.
people come and try and infiltrate your channel or your life, you know what?
Yeah.
Clean slate. You're like, thank you, trolls. Then you start all over again. Who cares how many followers you have?
Exactly. Exactly.
Dogs.
No, it's all about the heart. It's what you feel within. That's what's important. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Celeste and I were watching this anime movie last night, and I said, what the heck? Because it totally brought back memories when I was a pilot. And Celeste, can you talk a little bit about that, mija? Like the whole setup and what we were watching and what your question was. And I'm like, I wonder who the other pilots or the angels are. I mean, because I don't know the names. Can you just like kind of mention them?
Yeah. So it's an anime called Neon Genesis Evangelion, and it's set in 2015, where these aliens they call them angels. They come, it busts through the earth just because I guess humanity is just so shitty that these things came out of the earth. So it just looks like these crazy bullseyes because it's all these different colored rings like at the bottom of the earth or something. So in order to protect the earth and still preserve humanity, they just employed like 15-year-old kids to operate these huge mechas called Evangelions. And one girl, she's just like a clone over and over of the director's wife, and his son is another one, Shinji. And then there's a girl, Asuka. She's just like the cockiest little motherfucker you could ever meet. She's awesome though. And then there's Mari, who's another one. She just loves to be a pilot. Like all she wants to do is fight. And then there's other characters, but the main ones are like the scientists and the major, and then the dad. And then he's like all super Illuminati. It's just it's a crazy, really crazy anime. But
Is Chad, because sometimes when I was looking at, I mean, I'm not putting things out there, Chad, but you got to check it out for yourself.
yeah, man.
I wonder if that could be Chad, because we're looking for our different families within the, not only the Seven Sisters, the Angels, the pilots, the in different factions.
Mm-hmm.
And I find interesting how that boy by his father, the Illuminati dude, like he's pushed and pushed until he finally breaks him, and then because he didn't want to be a pilot, but he knew that he had to go save pretty much his friends and part of the world. And it's all kind of like in a virtual reality, right? So let's
What do you mean? No, it's actually happening.
okay, because I was confused where the dad is like way up there, and then they're looking at these screens, and then they're looking at the world. So was it taking place?
Oh, because he's in space. Like they go to the moon because that's where that Maru guy, the one that's on that other Ava, because he's the 13th angel.
Oh, that's right.
So they're orbiting the Earth, so they're out in space, and so he's just out there just trying to figure out how to. He pretty much just wants to figure out how to become a god, so he and his wife can be together again. Like he can care less about his son. Like after his wife died, he just completely this is so. I can't say the word, but you know what I mean. From his kid, and his kid just wants his father's love, but it's just like I think that's why he pilots it first, so his dad is proud of him. But then he just sees that his dad doesn't care. He just wants to like kill these things and just get the credit for it. And then they study these angel things too, like try to use it to merge it with the human race and shit like that. So it's really deep, man. It's a very complex anime. Like you got to watch it over and over in order to start understanding what they talk about.
Yeah, Celeste and I were watching. I'm like, holy F, is that you and me?
Yeah, dude.
Like not even 5 minutes into it, 10 minutes, I'm like, oh, I've been there. What the hell? Like what? And then
how do you see this? Where do you look this up on, or how do you find this movie?
I'll send you the link. I'll send you the
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I want to see it too.
Yeah, there's actually 4 movies. It's like 1.11, 2.22, 3.33, and I think there's the end of Evangelion. So those are all 4 movies.
Mm-hmm.
There's
And what's it called? End of
Evangelion.
Evangelion. Okay.
So I'll send you the screenshot that Celeste sent me last night to put it up, because you have to like on, I think on 2 of the movies you have to do it manually, and then on ones there's a site. Sorry.
Mhm.
You know what I'm curious about? I got to bring up just because it's off topic a little bit, but this thing that they have now, that's the AI that can just make anything, any image or any art that you want. You know,
Watch
I
Bell.
wonder how
Watch
you feel
Bell.
about that, because it's like, where does I don't know. It feels like it could be plugged into our filmmaking a little bit now. You know, instead of CGI and stuff. You know, we could use that to our advantage, but then it also feels like it's going to be discrediting us a lot, because they're going to say, oh, they just created that. You know, there's no proof that film really exists. That's just, you know,
you should watch Bell also, guys. Watch Bell, like Belle. It's another of those anime movies. It's set in like this AI world, man, and it's crazy. You need to watch it. I mean, you're gonna love it because the girl who sings has a very theatrical Broadway voice, but the movie's so good. It's so good. It's such a great
called
movie.
Belle.
Yeah, Belle, just like Belle, as in like, you know, Beauty and the Beast, Belle.
Oh, okay.
And she has like long pink hair, so you want to look for that on the cover of the thing or when you look it up. And yeah, it's gonna take a total left turn when you watch that. I don't want to spoil anything. But it's so good.
You know, I think Johnny Depp, he also has an animated, I think animated movie or a short. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's about Illuminati. And he actually does have a movie production company. It's called Infinitum, Nihilin or something like that. I'm not sure, but I have to look it up though.
There is a movie that I saw with Johnny Depp. I mean, I've seen all of them, but one of them where he's in a computer and he's trying to still live, like when he kind of like dies here, like right before he dies, like his brain is connected to the computer.
Oh yeah, I've seen that one.
It's called Transhuman, or not Transhuman. I don't remember the name now. Then there's
I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, I'll write it down after. There's one that I haven't really talked about it because I do want to talk about it though. It's very triggering. That one that he dresses up like Tonto with the black and white on his face, and he's like maybe an Indian. Like I used to watch Io Silver. What's that movie with the Indian cowboy?
Zorro.
Yeah, Zorro. I used to watch that with my dad when I was a kid. Well, Johnny Depp did this movie. There's a scene in one of the little trailers, Caboose, that he sings the fish song. He sings the fish song because see now it's lost. The last time I tried to sing it last year when I was talking about it, I lost it. They don't want me to say it, but it's like about killing. It's like it's a song. It's a kid's lullaby, but it's like you're in my mind, the way they did it with us, it's like killing a fish. It's just like killing a person or a kid. It's
they refer to kids as fish because of Albert Fish.
What? Albert Fish.
As Albert Fish, the serial killer, they refer to kids in movies a lot as fish, or they always put fish references. That's like in Annie, they're selling fish outside the orphanage. Tom Hanks on the island bites into the fish and says, fried fish, you know, all these different things that they do. Yeah, it's like they put him in movies, fish as kind of a reference for.
Oh, Chad, I had no idea.
Albert Fish, yeah. They do a lot of references to fish in that because that would be interested in hearing the song now that you said that, because that's what I did about when you were describing it.
Last night saying, okay, I'm going to tell everybody for sure now. And then boom, I just lost it. I don't know where the song is.
You can
Um,
respond
try to
Johnny Depp song.
um, damn it. Let me have my song back. Come on. But yeah.
I'm curious about anime though. Where does it originate from? There's somebody that has their idea and they're the artist and they draw it, or is this a studio product? Is it AI? I mean, what's creating this AI? I mean, this anime. How do they produce that?
Kind of AI, dude. I don't know. What do you think, guys?
What do you mean?
Ah,
Who comes up with the idea, and then
Oh.
is it an artist? Does he draw it, produce it? I mean, or is this a bunch of people coming together to push an agenda or an idea into a film? Like,
I think it's both.
probably, yeah.
it's an artist with an idea, and then it gets high, and then it gets turned into the yeah.
Yeah, like they probably channel
AI behind it,
certain
though.
aliens from certain dimensions, and either for entertainment purposes or for disclosure purposes.
Mhm.
Used to I watched a lot of anime when I was a kid, and then when I just like 3 years ago, my kids started watching 3 or 4 years ago, my kids, and I was watching it and I'm like, what the hell? Like the boobs are extra, the butt, they always have to do the whole sexual thing. And then that movie that Celeste told me about, it's called Kiki's, what is it?
Delivery service, and there's also Spirited Away.
Yeah, the Kiki's delivery service really got to me because it's a couple that send their kid away when she's 13, okay? Because a lot of shit happened to me when I was 13. My dad took his life. Um, it was horrible what I went through. The shame in school. Oh yeah, she's the one that her dad, you know what I mean? It's everybody knew what my mom was doing, why it happened. It was just really bad. Illuminati number 13. 13 is where, if you look at the movie The Golden Compass, where they try and take the demons away from the child, that I was telling Celeste, 13 is a very key point. It's like an awakening. Because when we're kids, we're looking at our house, or like grandma's house, and we're like, oh my gosh, it's so huge. It's like a mansion. And then boom, you're like 13 or 14, and dang, this is not such a big house at all, you know? And so the parents in the anime, they sent this child because she's gonna be the next witch at 13 years old with her black cat.
Pretty much her daemon, huh?
Huh?
And
Yeah.
then he starts losing his powers because he starts becoming more like Cat, because he starts hanging out with the cat because she loses her confidence and things like that.
Yes.
So I think that's what they do at that age, at 13. They break down your confidence, and it's just like, you don't look good enough, and you're not going to be pretty when you grow up, and all that bullshit. And it's just like,
Yeah, and it just
terrible, man.
Yeah, that's what happened to me. I was bullied in school, really bad.
Yep, because you're all awkward and skinny, and you
Yeah.
don't look like the other girls. You're not putting on makeup, and I'm like, I'm still a child. I don't need to grow up that fast. But it's what they want, They have boyfriends already talk about sex, and it's just like, oh my god. Even at that age, I was just like, this isn't right, man.
13, like what? I'm a child. What the heck?
Yeah.
Yeah, they try to say you're a woman or a man at that age, and it's just like, so you can be a pervert.
If you haven't had your first kiss, you're crazy, or whatever. But I remember I ran away so many times from the age of 13 on because of a situation at home, and this movie was really triggering to me because my grandmother, and well, mainly my mother and my grandmother, her mother, she would always have me clean. I was the one that had to clean, cook, because my mom had to work, after my dad, and then she got together with this stupid a-hole she ended up being that guy, and it was just horrible. I was a protector of my sisters. It was just really bad. So this little kid, she's sent on a broom to go to another place to find her home in another place. She ends up in a place, right? SLS in a German, it's a bread, it's a place where they make bread, and it's in German.
Bakery.
In German.
Yeah.
And huge woman who we thought she was big, but she's ended up being pregnant the whole movie. She uses the kid to clean the floors, do the delivery for her. And there's this big old fat man that comes and says, "Oh, I got this delivery and it's so heavy." She's barely able to lift it. And she's supposed to fly this in her in her broom. And then she starts losing those powers of flight because, and then Celeste says yes, because she's letting people use her loosh, her energy. Do this, Kiki. Do that, Kiki.
She wants to be too helpful, you know. She just wants people to like her, to be accepted in that town. And even though that boy that creeps on her really likes her, like he just, you know, he likes her for how she is and he thinks she's unique, but she kind of wants to fit in. And it's just like, you know, you can't be authentic and you can't be fake at the same time. It's like, which one are you going to choose? You know, but she has, like, you know, people who do support her and tell her, like, you know, she is awesome and amazing and beautiful, and she doesn't have to be like these other girls. You know, they got their own problems. And you know, she meets a rich old lady who's just very kind to her granddaughter, but she just doesn't want any gifts from her grandma, and she's just really snotty. But she, you know, she just appreciates how the grandma is with her. And even though she's a witch, because everyone in the town kind of ostracizes her in a way, kind of looks at her like she's funny, but the wealthy old lady and her, what's she like, her, I guess her lady in waiting, they, like, you know, they just accept her for how she is, and they think she's just great how she is. And it's just like, you have to find those people, man, that see beyond the superficiality.
You're right, because I was like, what? She made her a cake. The older lady would make a cake. Oh, there's Kiki up in the cabinet. Oh my gosh.
You heard her name?
I have a zoo going on. So the girl, the young lady so the grandma would make the other character, you know, her granddaughter cakes, and then she's like, "Ugh, I don't like that," and it's like all kinds of specialty cakes, and she's like, "Ugh, I don't want it. I'm not gonna eat it, whatever." But at the end, that lady makes a cake for Kiki, and she opens it, and she's like, "For me," and it's Kiki herself with the broom and her little cat. Now, what I find interesting too, thank you, Celeste, because I feel like I found my family here. Just you guys are my family, very close, because it is very hard to trust, you know, out there.
It is.
Especially with stuff like this, who can you talk to about this? It's like, am I, you know, I'm not crazy. It's just, it's what I'm experiencing.
Yeah, yesterday we had Fire Horse on. As soon as I saw him on, I'm like, I gotta have that guy on. I gotta have that guy on. That was like last year. And then finally I saw him like a few days ago, and I'm like, that's it. And you know what? One of our super soldier friends, she had a picture of him. And this is in 2017, and boom, there it is right now. And then I had a vision outside. I was outside, and it was a horse with the fire thing on his forehead. So all of us are coming together right now, and do not ignore, for the normal public, regular public, do not ignore your dreams. Write them down.
Yeah.
Like
and I think, like Alexandra said too, it's important for us to take action. You know, take action. I keep forgetting that because I keep waiting. I keep thinking like, fuck it, I'm just gonna put everything away, and then I'll just wait for the time when this all goes away, and I'll then I'll put it out. But
you will never be ready.
You gotta the time. Away, baby.
Push.
Right,
you know, we
like, when
you
is
will
the right
never
time,
be ready.
Chad?
Yeah. You have to do it now.
Yep, now is the time.
Yeah, now is the time. Now is the time.
Chad, ride the wave, baby.
Ride that wave, baby.
It's like I need to be taking action somehow.
Ride that star, man. Ride that star.
Yes, Chad. You know I believe in you, bro.
Yeah, hell yeah, dude.
I love you.
He's gonna change Hollywood in a big ass way.
He
with
is.
Tom
like he's
and
already
with Alex.
talk about it. I'm like, oh dang. He's gonna tackle some characters out there.
We are all gonna change Hollywood. All of us.
Dude.
Yeah.
I want to be part of a fair government. Like, I want to be part of a government where we do take care of the people, the children first, the animals, the earth,
the elderly.
You know, and keeping the elderly, just keep Earth and everyone safe. Like, I want to be a part of that. And
you said one word in there that's vitally important to me is fairness.
Yep. Yeah, fairness, definitely.
You know what?
I'm about, even if I would have an excess, I'm about fairness. It would go to something, you know, it's not just about, that's what's missing in the world today. And I think you're right, fairness.
Right. Like if people want to live off the land, let them live off the land. If they want to live in a smart city, let them live in a smart city. Let people choose what they know. They know what's best for them, you know. And it's just like I just want to be there just to help accommodate, not to tell them what to do or what's best for them. It's just like a guidance counselor, almost in a way, just talking to them and be like, all right, this is what you're meant to do, and da.
Yes, and you know what? You brought up that point where Chad and I were talking yesterday. Remember, Chad? I said, "Oh, but then there's this side, and then there's that side," and I'm like, I when I first started online, I said I'm gonna do both sides. I cannot just take one side. Yes, my side, of course, is always gonna be for me, but I have to present both. And what did you say, Chad?
Yeah. I was happy because I was like, I just wanted to make sure you knew who you sent me a link to and that you were aware of who they were. And I'm like, you realize this is the person, the nefarious person, such, Michael Aquino. And so I was like, and you're like, yeah, I like to research both sides. And I'm like, amen. I'm sorry that word, but I'm like, yeah.
Yeah, because
that's what I'm about. Oh yeah, let's do it. And I hear that, because I'm like, I just wanted to make sure you were aware of who you were listening to.
Yeah, he's the old man that did a lot of nefarious and ugly things to me in the mansion. I have a lot of memories. I've already talked about him online. I'm not going to go through it because it's horrible. But he's also part of the clan or Illuminati where, St. Jude's Hospital. That's why I tell my mom and my friends, I'm like, stop giving to St. Jude's. They're using the children. They're using just like Epstein and Victoria's Secret. Did I ever send you that one, Alex?
No, you haven't. No.
Okay, I'll send that one to you. And the connection with the young girls and how, everybody loves Donald Trump. Well, guess what? He also loved young girls and he's a pedophile. And you guys, Trump has come back. Like, you guys are stuck in this fucking loop. Like, slap yourself. Get over it.
Okay, what I'm wondering about though with that whole pedophilia thing is I feel like it's part of the Anunnaki, okay? Because what I've heard is the Anunnaki can sleep with their own and it doesn't cause any defects. It's just a natural part of their environment. And then they're putting their genes out here. So these people, these inheritors or whatever happened after the reset, the ones that are in the buildings running things right now really seem to be into pedophilia. And so is there a such thing as one of them doing, God, I don't even want to say that. Not sadomasochistic torture of a child, but participating in something that I don't know. So I want to hear them talk about their world, a little more openly, because even it's just so confusing. Like Elton John, even for example, with his pedophilia pictures, and yet he's hanging out with Diana. Is there an sadomasochistic part of this society and then one that's considered normal, if that's what we can even call it? But I know that's not part of our world, but in their world it seems to be. Like, can we differentiate between the two? I don't know.
I know that they use the children for sex, and they use them until they die, pretty much. They use
They're brought up doing that, right? So is there a way to be brought up doing that where you're not a sadomasochistic asshole?
Doing that.
So Trump one of those that was brought up doing it, but he's not really, I don't know. I can't gauge this whole thing.
I see what you mean. I was so confused at first. I was like, okay, I get it.
In the secret space program, the way they did with us is they started with animals in our crib. They wanted us to assimilate. They wanted us to shapeshift. I had a chameleon, which I cannot stand chameleons. I had a wolf, a baby wolf, and other things like a serpent, like a salamander. So they want us to shapeshift into them because they know we can do that. They want us to take over them, like be predator status. And then later on, they want us to abuse them. And then they start with children. Okay. I have a memory that I've only told one person in my life. And it's very horrible. I used to live in a trailer park. I was I don't want to cry, but friends that we were in the neighborhood. And there was this little girl. I was only like maybe 6 years old myself. 5 or 6 myself. I don't know, maybe 6. Before, because we lived there during the time where we came from Nogales, Arizona to Tucson. And I lived there age 4, I believe, no, it was age 5 and 6. Then we moved somewhere else. And there was my sister and I would play with the little girl. We would go, we would run, we would have fun. But I was triggered. There was 2 times this happened to me. Some boys told me in my head, and I think I was like 6 or 7 years old, like I said. I had my middle sister hold the little girl, and I said, let's fly her. Someone told me fly her until she falls. And it's twice. And then we would take her to her mom's. And I said, she just started crying out of nowhere. And I have never said this publicly. I was MK Ultra to do this. It is not right. I do not consent, motherfuckers. I'm done. This is why I'm talking. Because they will trigger your kids to do things like that. Not only physically torture kids, but sexually. Okay? These motherfuckers trained us on both black magic and the white magic. Okay? This is their cult. They're also associated with some of the Mormons. Okay? The Nephilims in Saturn. They think, the German race, they think, oh, you got to be white with blue eyes. That's part of the Elohim Anunnaki. Okay? The White Dragon Society. The Skull and Bone Society. I'm naming all these motherfuckers. Now here in Tucson, they have, I know I'm off topic now, but here in Tucson now, I just saw this thing called Black Rock Coffee, part of the Black Satellite, the AI system, Black Project. No, I'm sorry guys, but it trained us like that. And they did the same to us. They hurt us.
Yeah.
But
and it's sad because we can't talk about it to anyone else. Yeah.
Huh?
Can't talk about it to anybody because they don't have a concept of it. That's where I think people like Alex is important. We can come up with shorts, we can come up with movies, we can come up with ways to let them know this is how they use your kids, and this is how they use special technologies, or imply it, because right now they have the conversation. I have it with my parents, and I said, I was used between 5 and 15, and they're like, how? I said, they use special technologies. They also know they were used, but they don't admit it.
They don't talk about it.
Yeah, my dad's lived 5 lives. He said that I've lived 5 lives. I know it. I can't remember them, but I've lived 5 lives or more.
Like, dude, my mom the other day, she was telling me she was 15 years old. She was 15 years old.
But we have no way to talk about it. We get to talk about it with each other and our platform. But it would be nice to be able to produce movies and things, be able to use references and say, okay, this is how they're doing it, like that, because once people see it on the screen, then it becomes real.
Yeah, that's why that movie Kiki's Service, it was so hard for me to watch. I kept taking breaks. I'm like, Celeste, this is really hard. And then she had a hard time with the Golden Compass.
Yeah, dude, it was making me mad.
My co-worker or whatever that I'm working next to now, I was warned by psychics that I was going to be next to MK Ultra. And wow, am I? And does that person have a clue? No, they don't have a clue. They're not interested in researching that stuff. I'll tell them. I straight up tell them, you've had a similar past to me. I can tell by the way you're behaving. Yep. I can tell by your, all those things. Anyways, but we have no reference to tell them, like, this is what, except for Stranger Things. I mean, Stranger Things is a little bit of a disclosure, so it's starting.
Yeah, I used to watch that show. I really resonate with that show so much. And I even saw the actors. I went to a Q&A here in LA and I saw all of them.
Talk about that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Well, it was like, I think I was pregnant back then. It was like about 4 years ago. But it was a cool experience. And yeah.
You know what bothers me about it a little bit is like how accurate they were about my family life. The mother, the way she acts, the father, their characters, their personality. It was just like my parents, or it was like how we grew up. Not you, because I'm a little bit younger. I'm a little bit older. I mean, you're younger, but in the 80s, I remember my family's being a lot like that. It's manufactured.
Remember the times that we used to
putting it on television, of course.
Yeah, Chad, like me too. Like my mom would be at work and I was a lock key child or whatever, and
latchkey child.
Yeah. I had my sports, my music to do after school, and then after that, I'd hang out with my friends. We'd do homework, but we'd have games. We'd play Scrabble, Monopoly, and we would. Oh my gosh, we would just do whatever the f we wanted, and our parents were not there.
Same here, man. I was just running the streets with my friends at freaking 13 years old, 11 to 13. Like,
What the hell?
like I'm a child.
What's frustrating is this is a scenario. Okay, try to explain to people like, okay, the whole moon thing. I tried to say, like it's supposed to be the sun shining onto the earth, casting a shadow onto the moon that creates it to be half a moon. Yet they're both in the sky at the same time, shining fully on each other. So why is there a shadow there? People don't even think you can trigger them with something like that that's right in front of their face, and they just say, oh, and then they go right back into their life without ever giving it another thought, let alone telling them, I was abducted by a secret space program and used behind the scenes. I will say those things and push people away. But there's no hope for us to really reach and break through to them.
I just got a flashback.
Go ahead, Alex.
So when I was, I think, let me see, I was 18 or 19, and I went to a club with my friend, and yeah, I of course I was intoxicated, and some guy told me something, and I don't remember what exactly, but I turned around. And I remember just grabbing him by the neck like this and like, rah! And I didn't know where this strength came from. The security came, grabbed me like if I was a guy, like it was crazy. And after that, I started like shaking like crazy. And I called my cousin to come, and I was like, what happened? What just happened? It was crazy. But at that moment, I had that the guy was so scared of me. I don't even know where that came from.
He must have been Uncade Ultra to give you a code word to enact that Hulk or that werewolf thing.
Yeah. I literally grabbed him like this, like pushed him up. It was crazy.
Heck yeah. They will. Yeah. They have code words to make see. Because what it is if you look at John Irwin's interview with Miles Johnston, he's an older gentleman, maybe in his 70s. He was used for the British, secret space, and it's like Neo. He was hooked up. He would have a probe here on the top, two here, one in the two in the back here, and then one in the middle. So he said that he would go to sleep and like a shock and wake up, and he says my teeth were loose. He says that they put him to fight with another person, and that he would do excellent blocking and fighting back. And then they tell him that's nothing. There's a next level. He's like, what? And so there are code words. I know, because when I was in the police academy at Lexie, there was a sergeant that hypnotized me 3 times, because when I was involved in the Red Man, the rape scenes when I was 16 would come back. Okay, would come in my mind, and then I froze. And it wasn't until that big ass cop that was padded, huge ass, like 350-pounder dude. I don't know, he was huge. He hits me, boom, right here in my temple. I knock out.
Oh.
And then I black out, and then I see stars, and I hear my name. Get up, get up. And as soon as I get up, they told me that my eyes turned green, and I just went at that guy. So there's code words that are used. That's why I tell you guys,
wow,
be careful with the commercials on. If you guys are still watching TV, be careful with the commercials on TV. Pandora, get out of those commercials, even YouTube, because there are words that are made to either go fuck a person up, go kill someone, go rape someone, go and become the Hulk, the wolf, go fly a plane, go steal a car. Like you'll see it in the news, fake news. There's this guy that stole a vehicle. He's supposed to go to Donald Trump. I think he stole like a fire truck. I don't know what the hell he stole. Oh, I have to go see Donald Trump. So you got to be careful. What is a trigger? What is your intuition? And what is AI? What's going on? What's the alphabet soups? What is your destiny? What is your, or really, I don't believe in destiny. What is your mission? You got to go inside. So
Yeah, also my son, he plays with a lot of guns, and he goes like bam bam bam, I'm gonna kill you. I'm gonna kill, like it's like, don't say that. I keep telling him, don't say that, you know? And he's like, "No, I'm gonna go and kill him," you know? I'm like, "No." Like, and I'm like, as a mom, I'm like, "What have I done?" Like, it's crazy.
Well, it's just, yeah, no, it's a program.
I know yeah, I know he's playing, but and then he goes like, "I'm gonna kill you."
Oh, hell.
And I'm like, okay, you're gonna kill me, and then you're not gonna have mommy, and then what's gonna happen?
Well,
And then
I do get what you're saying, but when I had my kids, see, because I grew up rough, playing with boys, climbing trees, doing, playing the marbles,
yeah,
all that, chasing each other. And what I did with my son is we would play cowboys and Indians, and we would play, oh, I'm dead, and then I pretend I'm dead, and I'm like, I'm back, bitch,
yeah,
you know.
yeah,
But it is a program. You gotta
yeah,
be some kind of balance.
yeah.
Him like what is, and it's hard because what is reality? What is reality, Chad?
What is reality exactly?
So there's a fine line there. I really don't know what to tell you. All I
Yeah,
know is that I used to play with my kids like that. I would buy them the big old water Nerf guns and all that stuff, and and they turned out to be great, but
yeah,
I'm sure they have their things too that they deal with,
yeah,
their dreams.
yeah.
I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, well, I mean, I know he's playing. He doesn't really mean it, but oh well.
But you know what though? There could be this switch, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So just talk to him, hey, we're gonna play, but this is playing, and
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
it's just tough because that's how we're groomed,
Mm-hmm.
programmed, sadly. So
I was
Yeah.
programmed knives, so mine was knives.
yeah, I did knives too when I was a kid. You know,
Me too.
And
Me
I
too.
hate
yeah.
freaking cutting or slicing of the flesh. I won't look at it. I won't see it. I won't acknowledge it on television. I can't even go there with it. I don't like it. But it's knives.
Mm.
And someone asked me the other day, it was weird. One of my bosses at work before he left, he goes, "Are you good? Do you know how to use guns?" And I just knew instinctively. I said, "No, I'm knife." And I'm like, "But I've never worked with knives before either. So how do I know this?" I'm like, "No, I don't know how to shoot a gun, but I'm good with knives."
So how do you know you don't know how to shoot a gun though?
I don't know. I
I
just
know I do.
I don't like them.
I know
Yeah, I don't feel
I love
like
all weapons.
Same. But for me, it's guns, and missiles and bombs.
yeah,
Oh.
anyways,
I
Okay,
do. I do want to go to a shooting range. I've never been before, and I want to try it out.
let's go. I'll take you. Come over.
Yeah.
would be. Does it
That's
remind you
how
of
I'll
that
find out.
Long Kiss Goodnight with Gina Davis, where she's
That's
like,
that's a
chef's
fun. That's one of my
I
favorite movies.
worried about that scene. Yeah.
She was one of my altars because I was a kid watching her. I think I was a teenager or maybe, and I
Mhm.
was like, I want to be just like her. And then I dyed my hair blonde like this, and I was living in. Then I went to Hollywood to live with my cousin for a year, and the whole Rodney King thing happened with the burning, the looting, all that, the earthquakes. Um, but yeah, it was one of my altars. Now it was just weird. Like I just wanted to be like her. I even cut my hair short. It's just weird. These movies. They do it
I used to be blonde too.
really.
Yeah.
And did you
Well,
have
of course, I used to dye my hair. Yeah, like platinum blonde.
nice?
Yeah.
I was like
So,
Billy Idol. I had an earring and platinum blonde hair when I was 20 for sure. Yeah,
oh, cool.
spiked. I had it all spiked.
If you
Had
notice,
dark eyes.
Nice.
I think those are like our assassins. Sometimes those are some of them could be assassins because if you look at the movie Salt,
Mm-hmm.
the blonde hair. There's another movie.
Yeah.
Release Theron comes out. It's I think it starts with A. She's blonde hair at Atom. I don't remember. Crap. I wrote it in one of my classes. I'll look it up and then I'll put it in. Um, But if you notice, like when people go into their assassin altars, they'll either change their hair or maybe like when I finally came into my Commander Wolf being, you know, I'm like, I'm done, man. I'm done playing their game. I know who I am, and I'm not gonna get lured into these stupid clicks. And then boom, my hair goes blonde. I'm like, I mean, I was born with blonde hair and then it turned red, but I went platinum. I'm like, that's it. That's me. That's the real me, and I'm staying like this. And let's go.
Yeah,
Bitch. Like, I'm ready.
I love the blonde on you.
Thank you. Thank you. It's hard maintenance,
Yeah.
but I'm like, oh well. And it because it always wants to, when I dye it right now, it's still red in the middle. And it's somebody told me it's a memory. And
Mm-hmm.
I think Iris said maybe it's memory of the hair, or someone said that.
Mm-hmm.
But oh, I want to talk real quick about the castle over there in Hollywood. Because
Yeah,
Mhm.
Magic Castle.
Yeah, because Michael Aquino was saying in the interview where they use mind control
Yeah.
to make people believe what they see in the audience, and that's how
Yes.
they, the Illuminati Masons, practice.
They use that. Yes, exactly. It's crazy.
You said your husband.
Explain
What
that.
was that?
Can you explain that? They use mind control with the audience. How?
Keywords.
Magic Castle.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how to do it, but I
Michael
mean,
Aquino.
whatever they do, I think they,
Wow.
I mean, they manipulate the situation. You know, they make you believe that it's
They'll
really
use
happening,
hands. They'll use
but they use,
words. Yep.
yeah, they use that for the masses.
Yeah, it's like a hive mind. Like, oh, you didn't see that disappear. What do you mean? Oh, you're not part of the club. You mean you didn't see that disappear? What? You know? And then, oh yeah, I saw
Yeah.
it. And then boom, it happens. It's
Yeah,
like, manipulation of an illusion.
it is. It's an illusion. Yeah.
That's why I tell everybody, really, you want to go run with the clica? You want to go, like my mom would say, you know, the old saying, you're gonna run off a cliff because your friend tells you to? Like, really? Like, you want to be part of that gang? Like, I saw it or I did that when you didn't. Me too movement. Really? Maybe you're lying. Because you want to be part of the club, you know? You gotta be
Yeah. Yeah, I have been there a couple of times. And of course, I mean, I've seen the magic there. And it's mind blowing. But of course, they use the subconscious mind.
right.
So I don't know how they do it, but
They'll put people
they do it.
they'll put what they'll do is
Yeah.
the conscious
Hypnotize them, I think,
Right.
probably. Yeah.
the conscious asleep with code words. That way the
Yeah.
subconscious can think, oh, this is what
Yeah.
you're gonna see or what you saw or what you did. Or
Yeah.
hey, maybe they did take them to a secret room that
Yeah.
the audience didn't even see them, that person being taken to the secret room and doing stuff. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
whew.
Yeah. Who knows? I mean, that castle is interesting. I can tell you that.
Mhm.
Yeah. I mean, you can feel it's like, I don't know, the energy, everything about it is, yeah, there's, oh, yeah. So when my husband was working there, a magician, he committed a suicide in there. So they found him dead in one of the rooms.
And you
He
don't
was he hung himself.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't even know if it's suicide even because I've seen a lot of things in my day and have a lot of PTSD from those days from the force. You don't sometimes you don't even know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did your husband there do catering or what did he do there and for work?
So he was actually assistant for the magicians. He assisted them.
Nice.
So like with food, like whatever they needed, like they wanted a wine or a cocktail or they wanted to eat food, so he would bring it out to them.
Okay.
So he was like a personal assistant for them,
What
like a butler type.
yeah.
Yeah,
What
like butler. Yeah.
How long was he there and what made him just not go back?
You know, he was there for 5 years and he was making good money. I'm not gonna lie. He was making a lot of tips. And well, you know, COVID, scamdemic hit. So, you know, he lost the job. I mean, he still knows all the people there and they want him to come back, but he doesn't want to go back there.
Is he acting right now or working on a screenplay or?
Yeah, so he does he does part-time bartending and acting as well.
That's nice.
Yeah. So
Well, I
yeah.
encourage you, Alex, to write your scripts because I do see you as a director. I do see that you're
Yeah.
most likely going to help us, your
Yeah.
family to actually.
Absolutely, because that's what I see.
Mhm.
I see you guys. I see Star Family. I see us working together, co-creating, you know, and put it into this three-dimensional world. But we have to put it into action.
Yeah,
You know?
I have a lot of memories of a lot of us Super Soldier
Yeah.
Starseeds being in like huge auditoriums. I've told you before, stages, there's music,
Yeah.
there's just a lot of people
I
out there watching us too and learning. So,
You know, I always dream about celebrities, and I don't know why,
because
but mostly I dream off of Johnny Depp.
yeah,
He's always in my dream, always in my dream.
he could have been your handler. I have Johnny Depp. I have that. I can't even watch the memes of that older black gentleman. What's his name? Morgan Freeman.
Oh,
Yeah.
let me show you guys. This is my husband's kind of like a vision board. So he has Johnny Depp here
Ah.
and Denzel Washington.
Oh, Denzel.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, I still watch him all the time, Denzel.
And then he has a check here that he wrote himself.
That's awesome.
I mean, you know,
It can be done.
yeah, we just, you know, like I said, we have to change this. We got to change Hollywood.
Hey,
That's
Alex.
what we have to do.
Yeah, have you started writing anything since our last video? Like, I know you went on vacation though.
Yeah, so I was on vacation and I have been working on my mindset, my reprogramming my subconscious mind, because you know we all do have these negative voices in our head, like oh, but wait until you do this, or wait until you do that, or who's gonna listen to you, you know, those little voices. So I'm like trying to, like, I am reprogramming my mind, so I've been working on that a lot. And of course,
you told me about the eating thing.
oh yeah, so
Well,
remember when we had our reading,
yes.
and this is what you told me. You said, hey, I feel that someone in your family is having eating disorder or food problems. And I was like, I don't know who, maybe my husband, because he likes to eat a lot when he goes to like parties and stuff like that. Maybe my husband. And then, you know, after a week, I'm like, I saw this girl, she was talking about orthorexia. And I'm like, what is orthorexia? So orthorexia is someone that is being too healthy, eating healthy. You know, it has to be perfect. And that was driving me crazy. And I was like, shit, that's me. That was me the whole time. So that was an awakening for me. And I'm like, F this, I'm going to eat whatever I want. So I allowed myself, when I was on my vacation, to eat everything and anything. And I felt like relieved, you know, because that was stressing me out even more. Because I do suffer from Hashimoto's, which is an autoimmune disorder. And I was just like, not eat. It was like a gluten-free diet. I was being too strict. So I used to go to like a grocery store, Whole Foods, and I used to check the labels, you know, oh no, I cannot eat this, I cannot eat that. And it was like, what the hell can I eat, you know? So yeah, it was, you really helped me with that for sure. So thank you.
Anytime. I'm glad you feel better.
Yeah, for sure. Because that was, look, if you're suffering with something and if you're putting stress into your body, you're going to stress yourself up. You're going to stress yourself out even more. And that's going to cause more inflammation in the body. So that's what I learned.
Yeah, especially what are you thinking when you're drinking coffee, drinking water? What are you thinking when you're eating? I always
Exactly.
my family knows that I will not eat. If somebody's gonna have an argument on the table, I'm not gonna eat because I'm not gonna ingest that anger or that pain or hurt. It's very important.
I believe it's all about balance for sure, and eat whatever makes you happy. And if like you're restricting yourself too much and you're getting stressed out, then that's an indication of, okay, that's something is there that you have to address, and I think that the main thing is like the stress for all diseases. Number one is the stress.
Yeah, it's kind of like you're being your own mommy or daddy. Like say you live alone and you haven't washed the dishes, or I don't know, maybe you haven't vacuumed or something. You feel like I have to do it. What's gonna happen if I don't do it? Oh my gosh, I'm not gonna let myself watching Netflix. I'm gonna let myself read a book until this is done. So you're acting like your own mother or father mentality, and it's like, oh, when can I eat that cake? Oh, my sister's birthday isn't until 3 more months. I guess I can't eat a piece of cake. It's like, so what I do is like, I'll just put a bunch of organic honey in my mouth. I'm like, I want that sugar, or I'll let myself eat one of these. But
what is that?
It's a almond dark chocolate. It's un biscotti. Coffee.
Oh, that looks good.
Coffee with the coffee. But I find myself sometimes being so strict, and I'm like, I just hello, like for example, going to the gym 3 hours at a time, at minimum 4 times a week. Well, something happened to me when I found Lola and these puppies in the desert. By the way, I need 3 more homes, please. I'm in Tucson, Arizona. If anybody can come pick up these puppies, because I cannot with the PTSD. It's horrible. Can't hardly sleep. Anyway, I need 3 more homes for them, but I have not been to the gym, and the puppies are gonna be 5 weeks already since I found them. They're babies, and I kept, oh my gosh, I haven't gone to the gym. What am I gonna do? Oh my god, and I'm like, fuck it then. These puppies and Lola come first, my cats, and then and I'm like, I'm good. Maybe I've gained maybe 4 pounds, but you know what? It's not even that bad. It's in the right places, and I feel great. And my muscles, my fluids are even stronger because I got to pick up the puppies up all the time. I still have my bottom because I got to do the squats with them. So I kept saying, stop worrying about.
Yeah, exactly. The more you worry, the more stress you're putting in your body.
So I feel better. There's a reason why they came to me. I had to find homes for them, and Lola's another one of my protectors now, and it's amazing. Yes, maybe the apartment isn't to the utmost white glove clean, but they're teaching me something. So everything in life teaches you something. People, animals, even the birds. When you're outside, you're like, I wonder what code they're giving me. I'll ask them. And when I want to call to them, I'll do the little chirp, and then I'll see like a 1 or 2 of the cardinals come to me. The other day when I was asking, are you guys with me for protection? Because I had one of the new guys for the SSP stuff. He was coming out on. He was kind of worried, it's my first time. I don't want to show my face. And I'm like, okay, let me make sure we got some protection here. So I got a butterfly that showed up, 2 dragonflies, the ones that fly and they're tiny. What are they called? Hummingbird was just there looking at me. There was a bird flying just there looking at me, and then he was teaching his little baby bird how to fly. There was the hawk that showed up. So it's like, we're good. little fairies, just look at your surroundings, be conscious.
Mm-hmm.
Conscious of the animal kingdom will speak to you,
Yeah.
not only in the physical, but in your dreams, and
Always.
mhm, they'll come to you. So any parting words, guys? Because I know getting late. Chad or Celeste, you want to ask Alex anything else?
No, I agree with you though. I have the same habit. I do. I'm an all or nothing. Like I'm either saving myself or killing myself. So I'm either like right now boiling bananas and lemon rinds, and making banana tea and stuff like that. But it's an effort today. I had to throw away celery because it's been sitting in there a month. I haven't juiced it in over a month. But a month ago I was doing celery and blueberry. Today I have my blueberry thing. But for the last 3 weeks it was coffee and donuts. I was like, that's what I need right now. I live near Apple Hill and the apple fritters.
So cool.
I can donut.
We gotta enjoy life. We gotta enjoy life.
Killing yourself or you're trying to save yourself. And I'm like, there's a happy medium. I can eat healthy and then I can go eat that, like you're saying.
Yeah, like let yourself live.
It's about balance.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, because I'm either doing it all or I'm just coffee and donuts. Not doing it.
I'm the same way.
Mm-hmm.
Same way.
It happens to me too. There's so many times where I'm like, ooh, I have $5 left. Maybe I can go get myself an In-N-Out and treat myself. I'm like, nope. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna cook. I'm gonna save those $5 for an emergency. And it's like, man, I imagine myself eating my 3 double protein, style burgers with some French fries and my tea. And then I'm like, I'm good. I'm full now. And then I come home and I cook. Dang it, sometimes I just want to go, or the pedicure. Like, no, I'll do the pedicure myself because I can't right now. But it's like,
but I didn't let it go too far.
Yeah.
Don't let the unhealthy go too far because that is how they got to infiltrate us in their, the other dimension. And they start
also a program.
Yeah, they make you feel like everything's okay. I'm complacency. Everything's good in my life. I've been healthy for 3 weeks and I'm feeling good. Let me go eat a donut. Okay, well, the donut makes you feel really good and then you do a little crash. But then you keep eating the donuts, and all of a sudden that's in your body and you're feeling the stress, anxiety, because they will attack you through you feel good in the beginning because you got healthy before. So you got like a week or two before you start crashing. Yeah. But then once you start crashing, you got a lot of that other stuff built up in you. I caught it this time pretty well. I did a nice healthy balance of sabotage, and now I've caught it before it's affected my mood. I stopped it right.
Same here. And you know what I'm gonna say? I'm gonna say it. Last month I was able to buy myself some tacos at Taco Bell, and I do not like to eat fast food, but that day I was craving the the crunchy one. I mean, I could have made it myself. But I let myself have it. And the next day and the day after I was craving it. So there's something in the tortilla that's fake. It's kind of like what I see. You know how they have the fake wood and the wood that's just like sandpaper, like sandy?
Cardboard?
Sí, como cardboard.
Yeah.
And so they do something. Man, I totally saw like, is that sand, like wood chips? Like, what do they do with the GMO stuff that you're craving the food? And I haven't had McDonald's in years, dude, because I know what's in it. The fake cheese. I can't even have regular cheese here because my mom, hey, you want some cheese? I'm like, no, mom, that's fucking plastic. Like you can see it. You can light it up on fire.
Yeah.
Cheetos. And it's
try to eat raw cheese.
Yeah, no, what I like to eat is
really
the feta. The feta organic cheese.
Feta, yeah.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I could eat that for days.
It's so good.
So good and healthy. Yes, and it's gut healthy. So I ran out of probiotics and I'm like, crap, what do I do? Then what I do is I do I put some sodium, the baking soda with a little bit of lime. And then I put a splash of apple cider vinegar with water, y boom, pa dentro. If not, I'll do the shots of apple cider vinegar. So I just see the the leeches, the, how do you say, los microbios. I see what they put in
Microbiomes.
the GMOs in the fast
GMOs,
food.
yeah.
So bad. And look,
Mhm.
not only, okay, because Iris and I were talking the other day, and we're like, okay, so not only are we'll say the regular people are eating, the fast food, then they're watching Netflix on, I don't know, maybe sex. Then they're like going out partying, being so weak by the end of the weekend. That's why it's called weekend. Then they make themselves get a second, third win and go do all that. You're messing up your body, like your whole system. And what does your RO look like after you're doing that every freaking weekend? Not taking care of yourself. It's just parasites go in there. You're right.
Yeah, I cannot do GMOs either because I feel it's like, I don't know, it feels like you said, fake. It feels like this, it feels like a discomfort.
Yeah,
it really does.
I had an oil on my salad the other day that I was just like, there's something off in this oil. And it had a blend. I thought it was, but I think it had canola or something in it. And I'm just like, I can taste it. I can taste that it wasn't synthetic. Like I felt like I put synthetic oil on my salad or something a little bit.
Yeah.
And then usually after I eat Taco Bell or something like that, I haven't eaten Taco Bell and I can't tell you how many years, but I did this year have a McGriddle. I don't know why, out of the blue. I just had a craving and it was maybe a year ago or something, but I can smell it coming out of my pores and out of my pits. And then I can taste it coming tongue, like that day or later on. So you can always feel the purging of this stuff that's not natural in it.
Yeah. Like
if you're doing it all the time, not, but don't ever do it. And you do it once, just like, holy crap, now what's that taste in my mouth? Or what's that thing coming out of my mouth a day later and through my tongue? And what's this I smell in my armpit? It smells kind of different. Yeah, you can smell all that stuff.
Yeah, I hadn't had Taco Bell, I think, since
Doing it all the time.
2017. And I thought, I'm gonna go have some, right? And it felt, you guys, like if it was alive in my stomach, like it wanted more, like feed the worms, I was like, oh hell no.
Especially that.
Especially what?
Especially that, I want you to eat more of it. I know that for sure. I remember that back in the day.
Say it again. You were cut off again.
They're addicted. Your crunchy tacos.
Yeah.
Your crunchy tacos.
Yeah, it's the crunch in your mind. What I've been telling because I would talk to my family and I'm like, I wanted to always have the organic chips, and then I would make myself eat the crunchy carrots, and I'm like, it's not the same, But it's that thing in our mind. I think it's connected to my to the 7 implants that they gave me when I was a kid. They gave me this metal crap with mercury. I'm thinking it has to listen to, because here I have to have right here, and right here in the back of my mind, I have to have that. Why? We used to watch those stupid commercials, those cereal commercials. Good old Tony, here comes Tony the Tiger. The crunch.
Yeah, the crunchiness. Yeah,
it's a program. I think.
Yeah.
Everything's a program with Beto.
Yeah, because it's so funny. I got rid of caffeine 3 weeks ago, and I told my husband, I said, hey, because he was gonna go to Whole Foods, and I said, can you get me a decaf latte? Make sure, and I told him, make sure it's decaf. He said, okay. So he brought it home, and I saw it on my cup. It said decaf latte. I had it, right, and I finished it, and I kid you not, I was shaking like crazy, and I had like severe anxiety, and I had to go to the restroom like 5 times. I'm like, what the heck is this? I'm like, I said decaf. But you see how, like, I was in shock. I think the lady messed up my order. I don't know. But I was in shock how the caffeine works in our bodies. It's insane. Yeah. Like, I'm still shaking. Look. Still from the caffeine. It was caffeine.
Oh yeah.
But it said
syrup. What's in the syrup?
You need a donut. You need a donut. Brown.
It's chocolate.
Yeah, but
donut. Hey,
'Cause I'm not
chocolate.
the magic compound.
You're gonna turn into a donut, Chad.
I'm gonna share with you guys. I shared with Chad. I don't know if I sent it to you, Celeste. I think I did. SpongeBob. You know, there's a knock on the door. SpongeBob and the starfish come out. What's his name?
Patrick.
Hi, would you like to buy some chocolate? Yeah, Patrick. And then there's this lady
Just like them.
with kind of like reddish hair. She's older, maybe in her 60s. She goes, "Hey, Ma, you want to buy some chocolate?" And then the old lady comes out in a wheelchair, all burnt up and shit. She looks like dark chocolate herself, but like she's like skeleton, right? You can only see her eyes, and she doesn't have any teeth. What did you say? And then the lady says,
Sure, you
"You
want to
want
watch some
to buy some
Squidbillies?
chocolate?" And she goes, "What?" And then finally she changes her phonetics. "Mom, you want to buy some chocolate?" It's just funny. Oh my gosh. Little things like that just make me, I'm a kid still.
Chocolate.
We all are.
So we're gonna have fun and this acting stuff. And here comes Lola. Oh my god.
Oh,
Anyway, I better go. But Alex, it was fun. Hopefully we do it again. Tell everybody how they can
absolutely.
follow you, please. And then
So
yeah.
I do have a YouTube channel, Alexandra Angelo. You can find me there. I also have an email. It's Alexandra matejic111@gmail.com.
Thank you. Send me the link
Thank you.
thank you, Mama. Send me your link to your YouTube, and then I'll put it in the notes, and then I'll put
I will do that.
yeah, and we'll do
Okay.
another one whenever you
Yes,
because I know you're so busy.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Gracias a ti. Anytime. Chad, how they can get a how can they get a hold of you, Chad? And then Celeste. Thank you.
Thank you. But on Instagram is the best way right now, and it's Chad_Cooper and 444. At Instagram, I think is what you said.
Are you still on Facebook or no?
I am on Facebook. Yeah.
Are you on Twitter
Yeah.
still?
I think I am.
Yeah.
I don't know the right ways to get a hold of me. I think I am.
Are you on
I
Telegram
was
still?
Twitter before, and it's been a while, but no, definitely.
Awesome. I'll
Yeah.
write them all down. Thank you, Chad. And then Celeste.
Platform meanwhile, but for now, Instagram.
Thank you, Chad, for helping me while these puppies went wild.
Oh, you want me to?
Celeste?
Oh, sorry.
I
I was
know.
falling asleep.
Okay.
Where's my reach me? Just my email, celestechaparro@gmail, all lowercase. I was starting to fall asleep and get delirious. Like, you get the six
No,
dreams.
you have to rest, dude. It's okay.
You need to rest. Yeah.
Yeah.
You need
to rest.
Yeah.
I'll put your information down. Don't worry. Your email, your Instagram.
Cool.
Thank you so much for being on. I appreciate all of you and love you all. And let's
Thank
do it
you.
again.
Love you guys.
Love you.
Bye,
Bye,
guys.
guys. Love
Bye.
Watch the animes.
you. Yes, anime.
We will.
Yeah, and then I want to know your thoughts too.
Heck yeah.
For
You wanna
sure.
go?
Heck yeah.
You
Bye,
guys soon.
Be
All right.
safe.
Bye.
See ya.
Yeah.